You know, some creators have that slow, steady climb to the top, and then there are others who just seem to explode onto the scene out of nowhere. Today, we're breaking down one of the most explosive rises in internet history, the global phenomenon of IShowSpeed. So let's get into how this all happened.
This, right here, is the entire story in a nutshell. It all starts in a bedroom, just like so many streaming careers do. But it ends here, with tens of thousands of people, an actual massive crowd gathering on the other side of the planet just to watch him go live. I mean, how does that even happen? Okay, so to really get this, you have to understand that his influence has completely broken past any digital or geographical borders. This isn't just about views online anymore. We're talking about real, tangible, real-world impact. He actually just wrapped up this massive tour across 20 different African nations. And for him, this wasn't just some content trip. He said that growing up, he was always fascinated by history and culture, but just never had the money to travel. So this was deeply personal for him, a journey he called a return to the motherland. And on that tour, one stop in particular just put the sheer scale of his reach on full display. 30,000. Just let that number sink in for a minute. That's how many people showed up for him in Kenya. And here's the kicker, they weren't there for a music festival or a concert, they all gathered in one place just to watch him stream. He even said he'd never seen anything like it. And that was the moment he knew his influence had truly gone global. But look, that kind of influence, that kind of pull, it doesn't just come from being famous. It's got to be built on a foundation of real, genuine connection. The kind that audiences can feel, even when he's interacting with some of the biggest stars on the planet. I mean, take his friendship with Giannis Antetokounmpo. This wasn't your typical celebrity collab for the cameras. Giannis literally took him to his home in Greece, showed him the old neighborhood where he grew up, and even took him to the exact court where he made his first ever dunk. And they still text. And according to the people around him, this is his whole approach to everything. He wasn't looking at an NBA superstar. He just saw a person, a friend. That authenticity is a huge, huge part of his appeal, and it's why these moments feel so real to his audience. Okay, so there's the connection part, but it's not just about that. There's this other crucial piece to his brand, a completely fearless, high-stakes approach to performing. He is absolutely willing to put his body on the line. Perfect example, this Super Bowl commercial for Oakley and Meta. The stunt was insane. It involved racing alongside a moving airplane and then jumping into it. You know, the kind of thing you'd expect a Hollywood stunt professional to handle, right? Well, what was Speed's reaction? He watches the stunt double do it one time, turns and just says, "I can do that." And he did. In fact, get this, the very first take he shot is the one that made it into the final commercial. That's just pure confidence under incredible pressure. And then he takes it to a whole other level, appearing in the WWE's Royal Rumble. He gets thrown into the ring by Randy Orton and walks away, visibly bruised, with his leg looking seriously banged up. I mean, the physical toll was no joke. It was real. So, of course, the big question is, would he ever risk that kind of injury again? Well, when he was asked about it, he just got this little smirk and cryptically mentioned that WrestleMania is coming up. So, who knows, but it's pretty clear he understands the physical price he's paying for his art. All right, so we've got this global reach, we've got genuine connection and these high-risk performances. But to really understand the IShowSpeed phenomenon, you have to rewind. You have to go back to its digital origins, which, believe me, were not a gradual climb. It was a sudden, massive explosion. 200,000. This number right here, this is the moment that everything changed for him. That's how many new subscribers he got during a single stream. His life literally transformed overnight. A little bit after that, he hit 400,000 total. This wasn't a slow burn, it was a detonation. So now, when other aspiring creators come up to him and ask for the secret sauce, his advice is actually pretty simple, but it's powerful. He says you can't just copy someone else's style. You have to find what makes you, you. You have to find yourself and build from that. It's a whole philosophy of being authentic. And trust me, he is far from finished. He's already been to 80 countries, and his goal is to visit every single one in the world. He is determined to meet his idol, Michael Jordan. He operates under this core belief that art has no limit, which, that tells you everything you need to know about his ambition. So when you start putting all these different pieces together, the global crowds, the A-list friendships, the Super Bowl stunts, and that explosive digital growth, It all funnels down to one big fundamental question about what he's actually becoming. So what is he? Is IShowSpeed still just a streamer? Or have we all been watching the birth of a totally new kind of global brand? One that was built in a bedroom, but is now commanding attention on a worldwide stage. Where he goes from here? Well, that could redefine what's even possible for an internet creator.